Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Last year, 2021, was actually the year that we kind of tried to enter the wedding market in Mexico. We had been doing a lot of weddings in Asia, but because of the whole coronavirus situation, the destination work outside of Mexico came to a bit of a stop. We started looking for ways to market ourselves here locally, not in the city where I am, but in the country. Also destination work, basically, but not international. And the wedding that I want to show you today actually was the first client that booked us for a destination around here in Mexico. But I just wanted to take this moment to review a little bit of a couple of my favorite pictures and tell you the process or the thinking that led to the pictures. We have this one in black and white. We have this other one. We have two from the reception. It's this one and this other one from the party time. So it was the morning of the wedding day and the bride was getting ready and she was moving to the ceremony location, which was another venue. And she was with her father. So even if somebody's going from one place to another, we're looking for opportunities to see what's going to happen, what's going to, I don't know, little accidents that can be captured by images. And right after she left the room, there was this picture on the wall that Isabel and my wife, Sonny, was able to catch the bride as she walked by this image, carrying this suitcase with all of her things. For me, this is the strongest picture of all the series. You can see she arrived to the elevator. Nothing here. I mean, I see that the moment was the suitcase on top of the wedding dress, which is interesting. I feel like it could have been captured much better from a different angle. But sometimes you don't have time to think, you're just trying to react. That's actually what we're trying to do, trying to react to moments. And as we find the moment, and if it continues, then we can improve the composition or improve the angle or something. But some moments are so fast that even to recognize them and to react, I think it deserves some merit. And here is the father and the bride waiting outside of the elevator. But like I'm telling you, the strongest image of all had already happened. And it was this one, black and white. The reason that I like it is because we have done so much wedding films and we always try to incorporate storytelling and character and the cinema language in general in our work. And a lot of what can be achieved in video is because we have so many more elements to work with, like audio, not only images, we have movement, we have time, we have the possibility to present space in a different way. But we also have something that are metaphors and symbols. I think that that's also something very important and can be very powerful in cinema. And we don't see a lot of that in photos or in images. I feel like this image has some of that, it has some ideas that leave some space to the viewer. I will tell you, like, first, we're not looking at the face of the bride. I like that. It leaves some mystery. But not only that, we have the bride next to a photo of a bell, probably a church. There is a connection there between two elements that have absolutely no connection in real life. And trying to bring a meaning that was not there originally, I think that's kind of like touching a little bit on the cinema language or on storytelling. I was shooting the groom, getting ready, and the groom was with his mom, and this girl and this little boy are his daughter and son. And I saw the four characters doing each one of them something different. So instead of just trying to get one or two, I try to go back and capture the entire frame. Of course, there's a saying that if the picture is not good enough, it's because you're not close enough. But I feel like sometimes you also can step back and find some interesting compositions. So I found that all of them had kind of like this similar space between all of them. I tried to figure out, okay, maybe I can make it more interesting if I focus on the 3 characters on the left. Then I saw that the daughter of the groom was taking a selfie. And this one is good enough for me. It's a good moment. The daughter of the groom taking a picture by herself, the little boy on the telephone, the mom checking the bag. Then I decided to include the groom. Let's straighten the picture. And for me, this was the top of all of them, because we have the eyes leading the viewer. In this case, the eyes of the daughter looking at the phone, the eyes of the little boy looking at his grandma or at the father, I'm not sure. And here we have the groom looking back inside the room. We have a frame around the groom, which also makes the composition more interesting. We have a frame here, we have a frame here, we have a telephone here, we have a telephone here. And this chair kind of like creates depth in the image. So it's just a good moment, a good composition of something that happened when nothing was happening. I feel like the images like this still carry some sentimental value for our clients. Okay, here we were in the middle of the party time. And this is something very important, because I feel like we get so stuck shooting whatever is in front of our eyes that sometimes we miss moments that are happening around or in a different area. In this case, Sonny went among the guests while I was shooting the dance floor, and with her flash, she shot this image. She says that she didn't even see it. She just saw a little bit of a composition. Honestly, everything was super dark, so there's no way that she could have seen this. So it's one of those happy accidents. I mean, there was another moment here. It starts to become a little bit messy, and you can see the attention of the viewer will go straight to this one, to this guest. And in this situation, the attention is more balanced. Honestly, this image is not something that you see in wedding photography a lot, because I feel like in general, the wedding photography world is full of images of the groom and the bride and beautiful dresses and beautiful locations and flowers and decorations and all that. But you don't really get to see a lot of the things that could happen every day, but in this moment are happening inside the wedding day. And I feel like it just shows human condition. And it shows really life at weddings, who would they say, no, don't take pictures of the guests eating. Man, guests eat. And that's happening. So if they happen to appear in a good picture, I have no issue with that. Let's just go to the last one that I wanted to show you. I saw that they were playing this game. So I was holding my flash on the left hand. And instead of putting it on high like I normally do, whenever you're trying to get a little bit of more normal images or placing images with the light, you want them on the top. But in this case, I was just also trying out what will happen if I put the flash from the bottom. And we got this image. It's actually the daughter of the groom, the guests. My shutter was slow, and normally it's slow in the dance floor. I'm dragging the shutter, as they call it, and the flash freezes the moment. Maybe the colors work, the light maybe works, but the moment is just not there. This one starts to work a little bit. I don't like this shadow on the neck of this guest. This one works. It's a good moment. There's a light. The composition works. And also most of these pictures, guys, maybe I didn't even look through the viewfinder. I was just probably holding the camera a little bit high, and I'm with the 16 millimeters. 16 is the equivalent of 24 in full frame. So this was a good moment. And the groom enters. The DJ had very strong lights, so that's why kind of like the light from the DJ is fighting with the light from my flash, and it creates more blur than I would prefer. And then this happened. The groom went down when the guests, his relative looked at him screaming, and the shadow of her hand fell on top of the face of this guest, and there's another shadow just like making this head stand up. I mean, it's just a very strong moment that happened totally by accident. We have an image after. Try to fix the composition a little bit. I mean, it was gone. The moment was gone. Most of the time in the dance floor, there's so much energy and so much movement that we're just shooting to see what do we catch. I'm on the 16 millimeters. My shutter speed is 1/20th of a second. My aperture is 4.5. And I'm using a very small flash. And actually, I will tell you the model. I will put it down here. Well, and that's it, guys. This wedding is also on our blog, on our website. So you can go and check our favorite shots that we did during this day. If you have any question or if you would like me to talk about something specific, just share with me and I will be very glad to do that. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching and I'll talk to you soon.